Alright guys, welcome back. As you might have seen from my recent videos, I've been hyping up today because I was hoping to make a really positive video on the next Intelligence Annex, but sadly that's not the case, and unfortunately this isn't going to be a nice video. But I think it's important I say it as it is. Right now, no article has dropped, and it's past the usual time these articles kind of come out, 5 PM here in the UK. All that excitement I had has disappeared, and I'm not really blaming Massive for that, as I do think that part might be my fault. The previous Intelligence Annex released on a Thursday, so I assume the next one would release on the last Thursday of this month, being today. That's kind of my bad, I guess, but I do think that Massive need to take some blame here, and I want to explain why. Drop a like and subscribe to stay up to date with all my videos. Let's begin. As I said, it's my bad that I've clearly set my expectations for a release today. When the last Intelligence Annex didn't give an exact release date for the new one, it just gave the month of November. And I wasn't the only one. I mean, loads of content creators that I follow who cover this game all expected it to come out today, and everyone is disappointed. There's no doubt about that. If you go on Twitter, you will see it. But I can accept that, cool, no problem, it's my bad. But what I find frustrating is this. These news pieces, they always come out on either a Tuesday or a Thursday. And today is the last Thursday of November. So it makes sense then that the next Intelligence Annex will drop next Tuesday, which is the 30th. Why does that have to be left to the very last minute? I mean, you literally couldn't pick a later date than Tuesday the 30th of November. I mean, and again, that's me assuming that Massive are not going to go against every news article they've done before and decide to release it, say, on, I don't know, Sunday the 28th. But, you know, they're not going to do that. I mean, I'm 100% sure now that it's going to come out on Tuesday of next week. And I think I'm just frustrated with the kind of serious lack of commitment and this style of last minute reveals. And yeah, sure, Ubisoft, they have a huge role to play in all of this. Certainly when it comes to new content reveals and their release date, they are definitely involved with that. But it doesn't make it feel any better for us, the community still playing the game and actively seeking any news on what's to come next. And after tweeting all of this out, follow me on Twitter if you haven't already, guys, at Epic Slayers. Fellow content creator Rogue Gold rightly reminded me that we are meant to be getting the new apparel event in December, which will presumably start in the next couple of weeks. And still, we've got no officially confirmed date for that either. All we know at this point is it's new apparel event. It's going to be, obviously we're going to be using the same global events that we've had in Division 2 previously, some of the favourite ones, so Golden Bullet, that sort of stuff. But apart from that, we have no other details at all. I mean, there is a line when it goes from blissful anticipation to downright exhaustion and frustration. Ubisoft Massive have a trend of really balancing on that line. But more often than not, as is shown here and with the Warlords example, they absolutely career over that line time and time again and slam straight into the wall. Massive used to give us dates of things or promise things in game. That was a long time ago. But since they've done that many times and they've not been able to live up to their statements, they have since decided it's best not to commit really to anything. Yannick has been doing that over the last year with features people have requested. They've done it with the latest Intelligence Annex and with the December apparel event. And again, you know, I understand why Yannick or any dev might not want to commit to a specific feature, making it to the live game or something of that nature. That is totally reasonable. That's fine. I accept that. But what I don't accept is when an article comes out saying there'll be a new Intelligence Annex monthly, but Massive don't know the exact date that article will go live, or if they do, they're not talking about it. And the same with this apparel event. You know, I just cannot accept that only 5 days left of November before we hit December, Massive don't know when the new apparel event will go live. And They obviously do, right? They know the date. There's no way they don't. If they don't know when it's going to go live, then that's just a real problem within the studio. And that needs to be addressed as soon as possible, because Star Wars fans are some of the most insatiable out there. You know, a couple of tweets from me and other creators in the Division sphere are but a speck of sand on the beach of Star Wars fans who will not hesitate to come fully loaded. They will not get away with it the way they have with us. They really won't. And if they do know when it's going to come out, then I mean, obviously it's Ubisoft telling them not to say and giving them the green light, whatever. But I just cannot understand why they would leave it to literally the very last minute. They're doing it with the Intelligence Annex. You know, next Tuesday is the last possible date for November, and they're going to be doing it with this apparel event. I mean, I don't even think in the Intelligence Annex next week that they're going to talk about this apparel event, because these annexes are meant to focus on a new feature or a change to a feature in the game that they've been working on. And obviously a new apparel event doesn't fit into that. That's kind of more news related. In fact, I would expect maybe that will come out on the Thursday, which will be the 2nd of December. But then, you know, you're looking at 1-2 weeks before it comes out. So it's really cutting it down to the last minute before we know anything about it. And with this community having to have waited, I mean, when the new content comes out in February, it's going to be like 14 months or something like that, 15 months. When the community had to wait 15 months for new content, I don't think it's unreasonable to expect for us to hear about any kind of news or any features for this game quite a bit in advance of it coming out. So, yeah, I don't think it's unreasonable for us to expect for us to hear about this apparel event now. And I don't think it's unreasonable for people to be frustrated that this Intelligence Annex, which is meant to focus on a new feature, is being left to the very last minute. Now, before I finish this one, guys, people already are tweeting and they're already concerned there might not even be a November Intelligence Annex now. Unfortunately, this is the kind of speculation that breeds from silence. Now, I don't agree with this. I just cannot imagine them not releasing this Intelligence Annex for November. I mean, that would absolutely destroy any kind of momentum they might have made from the last one, and it would again feed into that narrative that they really cannot commit to even a month at this point. So I don't think that's going to happen. I do think that we are going to get this annex next Tuesday the 30th, but you know, as I said, when they're silent, speculation brews, and that's going to happen, and people pick up speculation. As a content creator, I pick up speculation and I talk about it if I think it's worth talking about, but other people are going to pick up on that stuff, and that's where, you know, it kind of gets put into this chasm, and with this community being so small, it's very easy that speculation becomes pretty important. Now, I've reached out to Yannick for an exact date of the next Annex article, and I will let you know via a community post if I get a response, but please don't hold your breath. Now, sorry I wasn't able to bring a more positive video to you guys today. If any of you know me, I'll always try my best to be positive and make positive videos. I think that's very important. There's just so much hate and negativity in this world, and I really don't want to pile on top of that, but I'd be doing you guys and Massive a disservice if I didn't call out the bad stuff when I see fit. This video is absolutely one of those occasions. Now, I'm going to be busy this weekend. I'm not going to be posting any videos now until next Tuesday. I'm hoping the new Intelligence Annex drops next Tuesday, and so my next video is going to be a lot more positive. Obviously, it's going to depend on the content of that annex, but ultimately, I'll be excited just to see what it is that they're talking about, even if I'm not overly happy with what it is that we hear about. But thanks for watching, guys, and until the next one, have you all have a good weekend. Epic out.